Here's a question for teachers and preachers out there. And this is really an important one if you're going to be up in front of a congregation preaching week in, week out. Who are you preaching to? Let's draw this out here. There you are. You're preaching a message. And here is your congregation. Now, maybe your congregation is bigger or smaller than that. But I want you to consider this. In your congregation, you've just got little groups here of people who are skeptics, who aren't followers of Jesus. And it is so easy to preach a message directed at the already Christians in the crowd, right? You're preaching sermons and you're assuming that everybody knows who Moses is. You're assuming that everybody knows the gospel. But the reality is, if these are the people that you're going to preach to, then these are really the only people that are going to come. And I think you're going to end up with a real Christian consumer congregation. Now, instead, if you start thinking about those skeptics, if you start thinking about those non-believers, those seekers in the crowd, and you start preaching to those people, in essence, same content, but preaching with the skeptic in mind, preaching with the non-believer in mind, two things are going to happen. First of all, you're going to see some of those people come to faith in Christ. But second of all, you're going to find that some of those believers out there in your crowd are going to realize, wait a second, he's not just preaching to me. I should bring my neighbor to hear this. This is really good. And you're going to find that your congregation ends up inviting more of those kinds of people. They're going to start bringing some of their friends along, and you're going to find your church doing what it's actually intended to do, which is to seek and save the lost. But your role in this is really important. Don't fall for the trap of preaching only to consumer Christians.